Early history of this coronavirus discoverer how when forgotten dominance in 2020. The time has come to respond to all the inquiries brought up in the start of this article. Corona infection was found by a Scottish lady researcher June Almeida half a century back. Data recognized to Sydney Combs, National Geographic, distributed in April 18, 2020. June Almeida was conceived heart. She lived with her family in an apartment working in Glasgow, Scotland, where her dad filled in as a transport driver. She was a brilliant understudy with desire to go to college, yet cash was scant. At 16, she left school and began functioning as a research facility professional at Royal Infirmary, where she utilized magnifying instruments to help dissect tissue tests. Subsequent to moving to comparative occupation at St Bartholomew's Hospital in London. There she met her significant other, Venezuelan Enriquez Almeida. The pair moved to Canada. Mrs. Almeida found a new line of work working with electron magnifying lens at the Ontario Cancer Institute in Toronto. There she grew new strategies and distributed numerous papers portraying the designs of infections already inconspicuous. Better approach for seeing with the electron magnifying instrument. She created straightforward, at this point progressive strategies in the field of virology. When working with tiny particles, it is difficult to know precisely what to search for. An electron magnifying lens shoots a light emission and record the particle's communications with the example surface. Since electrons have a lot more limited frequencies than light, this shows researchers with a picture with a lot better, more modest detail. The test is knowing whether a small mass is an infection, a cell, or something different. To take care of the issue, Almeida acknowledged she could utilize antibodies taken from recently contaminated people to stick point the infection. Antibodies are drawn equals to their antigen partners, so when Almeida presented small particles covered in antibodies they would assemble around the infection, making her aware of its quality. This spearheading strategy was utilized as an apparatus in electron microscopy by clinicians who considered disease of infections. She proceeded to recognize a large group of other infections, including rubella, that causes complexities in pregnancies, causes multi-day measles. Almeida was the first to see and record it. She recalled infections while taking a gander at bronchitis in chickens and keeping in mind that examining hepatitis liver aggravations in mice. Afterward, while helping Dr. David Tyrrell of Salisbury, Wiltshire, Almeida found and made the away from of the infection, and she was sure that these infections were another gathering of infections. It had a radiance-like design and was named corona. The present corona infection was brought into the world with the recognizable proof by Almeida 50 years back.